Hello. Guess what we have today? Perfect lighting. So it is about, I'm not sure, but it's about 70 degrees here in Atlanta, which means it's popping. Now, I worked out this morning. That's neither here nor there. Let's jump right into Basketball Wise episode 4. I think this is season 3. Okay, now I didn't review the first 3 episodes. It's really no reason to, but now we're getting to the meat. Now we're getting to the meat. Okay, so when we start off, here we are. Drea has met with Jackie, Sunday, and Malaysia because Jackie, and of course in her dramatic fashion, has something impending and, oh my God, super scary to tell Drea. So comes to find out that I think at the end of the last episode, Jackie told Drea that her man was dating Orlando, who is Drea's boyfriend. And so Drea was like, this is not my man. I already, okay, I already know about this. In fact, he's already told me. Boom, she shows her the text messages. Now, you can see in Drea's face that she was kind of messed up over it because she was like, yo, what is this? But she played it cool. She was just like, okay, yeah, I already know about this. I know about this. And so Jackie was like, well, I'm just trying to come to you as a friend and I'm just trying to tell you and blah, blah, blah. And it's just kind of like... Jackie is old as fuck for all intents and purposes. In the purpose that she's too old for this. Like, you were 92. Why are you doing this? Like, what is the point? And so Sunday is there, which this shit is inappropriate as hell because it's Sunday nor Malaysia needs to be there. If anybody had to be there, I could see it was Malaysia because Drea and Malaysia are friends. But like, neither one of them needed to be there. Like, this is crazy to me. So, all right. Sunday was like, well, Drea was like, it's cool. I believe my man, and it's fine. Like, he's already told me about this. I'm good. So Sunday was like, well, you don't think you need to ask him about it and you don't think you need to talk to him and don't be looking at me, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I have never seen anybody with such hate. Like, just hate. And I think what it makes it even more disgusting is that she really wants her to suffer for whatever reason. For whatever the reason is, she just wants Drea to suffer. And the fact that you wanted to be there, and the fact that Jackie told Sunday, she told other people before she told Drea is even more fucked up, which solidifies the fact that she doesn't have great intentions. All right, so let's cut to Drea was toe up. So Drea and Malaysia was talking about it, and Malaysia said, as a friend, I would just kind of mention it to Orlando. So Orlando flies into town. Drea's messed up. Now at this point, they've been dating 6 months, and so they already live together. But then she said, I think in a previous episode, she was like, I won't let him do it to me without a condom, but you live together. Okay, whatever. I'm not saying living together equals condom free, but you moved into, I don't know. I'm gonna stay away from that. Okay, so cut to Drea talks to Orlando. Orlando is there. And first of all, he looked goofy. As soon as she was like, well, tell me about Jackie's daughter. She had a lot to say about you, Jackie, and blah, blah, blah. He just looked all like, oh, shit, I'm busted. Because he really was. And his explanation was, apparently they had split up at some point. And like one of his friends had hooked him up with Jackie's daughter. I think her name is Chantel. Had hooked him up with Jackie's daughter, and he saw her. Then they had text, and she got out of the car, and he saw that she was chubby or whatever the case was, and he was like, no, that ain't it. And so I think, but the key is like, he didn't even mention it. Once they got back together, I think, if anything, he knew that she was on the show, and if anything, he knew that Jackie was on the show. So there is a great possibility that this is going to come up. You know what I'm saying? So he was just kind of like, I'm sorry, I apologize, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's easy for you because this didn't happen to you. It's happening to me. Like, you the one who has messed up, and you the one who didn't, say anything. And so it's just kind of like, she was like, and she said something really key. She said, he messes up a lot, and he's just going to buy me a present, and we're going to keep it moving. So here's what I get from that whole statement. From that. He's going to buy her something to make up for it. Because for some reason, it seems like he doesn't really learn his lesson. Like, he can just buy her something and, like, it's all over and done with. As a woman sometimes, and I've done it, some women, I can't say all, I'll just speak for what I've done. I've let a lot of shit slide. Present free, right? I've let a lot of shit slide because you know how you want the relationship to work, and you don't want to, you pick your battles. Now, that is a battle there. And, it didn't go crazy, but you pick your battles, and you want it to work. So you're not going to pick everything and just battle for everything. And I get it. And it seems like, Drea has matured greatly. It's not even seem like she has, and she just really wants the relationship to work. And I think, at this point she's 30, and, you really kind of want to settle down and be, so you're just kind of learning to work through it. But I don't know. It's something about this Orlando, but who am I? If she's happy, that's all that matters, right? Right. Okay. So now, not Drea. What's the other one? British and Sunday. So Sunday tells British what happens, and British has on the ugliest outfit I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I didn't even understand the concept. It was like a turban with like cartoon characters and a tie-dye dress. It was like ugly. I don't like British at all. Like, at all. I didn't like her from the first episode, and it's like progressively getting worse. Sunday, I thought I was gonna like. I don't like her at all neither. So she's telling her, Sunday's telling British what happened at the sit down lunch with Dre and blah blah blah. And British is talking crazy. She's like, oh, she dumb. You know what I'm saying? She the type that's gonna believe anything he's saying. He just gonna buy her something and it's gonna be cool. And they just talking cash money like craziness. And I'm thinking to myself, isn't British the same one who said, it's cool if my man cheat, just don't let me find out about it? Let's keep it real, boo. I don't even know his name. We'll call him Greg for now. Her man. I don't know his name. Greg Tonio? He like a Tonio. Let's go with Tonio. Tonio seems like a great guy, but ain't nobody checking for Tonio. At least Orlando has more of a chance. He plays over in the States, so maybe the Russian chicks, or internationally, so maybe the Russian chicks, but really ain't nobody checking for him. And boo, all right, we're gonna table that because we're gonna come back. All right, so cut to the infamous party that Jackie, this GLAAD event, Jackie has successfully put everything off on everybody else. So she ain't got to do shit but just show up. So of course she shows up. There is nothing ready. There's no DJ. There's no music. There's no gift bags. There's no people there. That shit was boring as hell. It was like nobody there, no music. It was just people dressed up in a room. Come to find out, Jackie didn't pay all of the deposit. She said, I thought this was comped. Boo. Ain't nobody finna comp an entire venue. They comp the food, yes. But they not about to comp no entire venue. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why would you even think that would be the case? Like, you put on events before, so you already know the deal. And you probably signed a contract. I'm sure you signed a contract. So, I don't know. Anyway, of course she gets there, and Jackie has freaked the fuck out. All right? Everything is a problem, blah, blah, blah. So Malaysia is a little bit late. Malaysia wasn't even late because Malaysia didn't even know what time to be there. So Malaysia was there when she got there. And so, at that point, you know, Sunday come in, Sunday talking crazy, they ain't your friends, and blah, blah, blah. And British was late because she said she had to drive all the way to Orange County to get her shoes. It's like, boo, why are you sitting up here acting like you dressing in Tom Ford and fucking Gucci? You should have took your ass to BB and got you some shoes. Like, ain't nobody checking for you. Anyway, so Malaysia already was saying that this is going to be some bullshit. And she was like, okay, well, I'm finna go. So British had a problem with the way Malaysia spoke to her. And she was like, well, I just need to talk to you. And so she pulled her to the side and she was like, you know, I'm tired of these dry highs and these blah, blah, blah. And if you know anything, this is what I thought. Apparently, British didn't see season 1. Because she took Laura down and Laura had a good 60 to 70 pounds on her. Okay? Fresh after birth. All right? And British don't stand a chance. And she was just loud and ghetto and just hood rich. And Tonio, whatever his name is, was standing there and he looked so embarrassed. So embarrassed. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm Team Drea and Malaysia. The rest, and Brandy. I love these three together. I think this is a good mix. I think the other two, and plus Arian, Jackie, British, and Sunday are mad whack, super whack. It's just a horrible mix. And like that hate that they feel is absolutely fucking disgusting. And another thing, one last thing. Chantel had a conversation with Jackie and Doug about the whole Drea thing. And Chantel was like, you know what, Drea is just used up. She glad somebody finally claiming her. I could probably teach her how to run a business. You wanna, because I'm a successful businesswoman. And it's like, ain't nobody ever heard shit you did. First. Second, she was like, well, you know, you want to record an album? I've recorded too. I did that. Question in the back. Boo, don't nobody know what you did. I ain't never heard none of your songs. And the fact that Jackie has a problem with the way Drea reacted, because she was just like, well, Drea's not a real friend. She didn't even say thank you for bringing this to me. How you gonna tell me something about my man and then try to control the way I react? No, I react the way I react, and she reacted properly because you already know these chicks is not checking for you and they on some bullshit. So this is what you're supposed to do. Even if you ain't never knew, like she didn't, this is how you supposed to react. What do you want? Like, just this hate and this anger is crazy. So we'll see. Next week is supposed to be interesting. And so yeah, I think Love and Hip Hop is coming up in a couple weeks, and so is Married to Medicine. I'm not sure about doing Married to Medicine, but we'll see, guys. So I will see you later.